Good. All right, it is 7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order per Wisconsin statute. Notice this meeting was posted on Thursday, July 16th, 2026 per Dr. Jeremy Hill, District Administrator. I'd like a motion indicating resolve of notice being released. All order. The only one not here is going to be Vicky. Right? Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, mission statement: Viroqua area schools will nurture excellence, unlock potential, and ignite passion. So committee report, budget and finance. Angie?
We met right before this meeting this evening at 5:30, and we discussed there were no budget adjustments for 25-26, and the 26-27 preliminary budget was discussed with very few changes, and the finalized budget for the 26-27 school year will be presented in October.
Thank you. Any questions? All right.
Thank you to Chris also, very clear.
Chris is all ready for the budget hearing then.
Yeah. All right. Any visitors, public comment?
I'm gonna say no,
Okay.
Nothing there.
Did they sign up?
they don't have to, she's on the agenda.
Right. Consent agenda?
I wasn't sure if there were a bunch of people.
All right, so we do have the approval of the agenda, approval of public notice, June meeting minutes, check summary 1, $390,042.39. We don't have any retirements or resignations. Appointments, we have Kate Merritt, half full-time equivalent, Act 20 literacy coach, and revised policy, which we went through. Designation of depositories for school district funds. 26-27 academic standards, 26-27 district staff handbook, 26-27 parent student handbooks, 26-27 activity code handbook, and 26-27 coaches handbook.
Mr. Chair, the policy committee did not have a chance to meet and talk through that revised policy 5410. In visiting with Dana, we felt like this was an opportunity to just share that. But it is a change for law, but if necessary, we would be glad to give reasoning behind that.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I thought that was.
That's okay.
For the second reading. So,
Well, it's per state law, correct?
right, yeah, so there really doesn't have.
It-
Correct, but if you guys
Okay.
wanted background on it, we can do that.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. And if you want to give us any background, Jeremy?
Okay.
Oh, we need a second though.
yes.
I'll second.
Jeremy, anything on?
Steve, you want to talk kind of about what the difference is between what we updated there?
Yeah, so the update to policy 5410, back in January and November, you had a first and second reading of an update to that same policy for the elementary school language in accordance to Act 20. So this is really just an opportunity for the ninth grade promotion to mirror that same type of language. So the highlighted pieces in that link you'll see are mirroring the same language that you see in the elementary school with some updated language from the forward exam as well.
Thank you very much. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? All right, let's hear from Friends of Bigly Pool, updates and presentation. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us. I'm Ann Marty. I'm the president of Friends of Bigly Pool. I have some of my board members here, Brian Buning and Maureen O'Connor, and we are a group of passionate swimmers. We love Bigley Pool, and our whole mission is to support it, promote it in the community, do what we can to fundraise and help keep it thriving, because it really is thriving. We consider ourselves a booster club for the pool. About a year ago, a group of about 20 people met. Angie was there representing the school board, and we've met with Chris and Jeremy. They've been very supportive, and we appreciate all of your support for the pool. Right now, we have a group of about 44 email friends and 12 really active core members. We have fundraised, doing brats, bake sales, nickel and dime things, and we've had some major contributions. Power of 100 gave us $1,000. We were with Chamber, the soup supper, and we got several $100s for scholarships then. We've had a fair number of contributions. We are now a 501c3, and that happened in November. We have our own PayPal, Venmo, and Facebook, as well as stickers and t-shirts if anybody's interested. So we have, really learned a lot about becoming a 501c3. We have a board of directors, we have bylaws, we have a bank account. And we recently got a $30,000 grant from the Bigley Foundation. They came and toured the facility and saw that, yes, we have some tile repair needs and some grout cleaning needs, some safety needs. So that $30,000 will go to all of those projects. Sarah's been great trying to get bids for all those things. Some of our fundraising has come, we had an anonymous donation, Sarah said last week, for tables and chairs. Has anybody been to the pool lately?
Mhm.
Yeah, some of those chairs are pretty old. They're not really safe. Some of them are classroom chairs that aren't designed to be in that moist environment. So one of our fundraising goals for this year is to get all new seating. There's a lot of parents that sit around while their kids are having swim lessons. So that's a big goal, and Sarah's been great helping pick out that. And I guess that we did a lot of research. We applied for a $50,000 T-Mobile grant this spring, which unfortunately we didn't get. But we learned a lot about the history of the pool. I feel like I got to know Mr. Bigley a little bit through everything I could read and people I talked to. And his goal was that all children should be able to learn to swim if they want to. I don't know if most of you may know that there were two farm boys, really top-notch kids. One was in college, one was in high school, and they drowned because they grew up on a farm and didn't learn to swim. So that was his motivation for donating several million and getting this pool going. And we intend to continue that mission. So we've been raising money for scholarships, for swim lessons, and for lifeguard training. As some of you know, lifeguards are the rate limiting step besides your budget support in terms of keeping that pool open and having the number of hours open that we need to really make it worthwhile. So Sarah's been working hard on getting more and more lifeguard training. It's an expensive proposition for young people. So we really like to see some of our funds go to that. Future goals are, as I said, chairs and scholarships, safety equipment needs, and some things the school will budget for and some things we will contribute for. Right now, we have pledged $1,400 for a new water bottle filling station for the lobby. And we have pledged several $1,000s, whatever it takes to get that installed. The school board the school has offered to pay for the electrical and we'll pay for the rest. So that will shoot our wad for a while and then we'll keep fundraising and keep working on other things. We would really love to have suit spinners in the Locker rooms for the people that have to go right to work with a wetsuit, those are $2,000 a piece. So that may be down the road. We would have used the T-Mobile money to put in electric openers for the doors, and those were $9,000 a piece. And we had 5 of them that we designated that we really needed to make the place more handicap accessible. We'll apply for more grants as we see them available. We have the experience now, and I feel like we know what we're doing. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I know that there are some chairs for sale at the offices inside. I saw some price tags on them, and they are plastic. I don't know if they're for pools. I don't know how many of them are, but they certainly would be
Okay.
cheaper than.
Our anonymous donation actually showed up today. So we were given $2,000 to purchase some chairs and tables. And so we did receive 3 new tables, 12 new chairs, 2 additional Adirondack chairs that are already down there that are that HDPE indoor outdoor, and 3 umbrellas because it's a vibe. And so we have those, but I'll go and they're there. I just have to build them. Or, if anyone else come help build. But yeah, okay, I'll go. Any chairs would be better. The plastic wears down over time. That's the issue we've had, is even the Adirondack plastic, when you sit, they eventually give way. I've been in one. It's a little awkward.
I slowly descended in the chair.
Yeah. So that's why we went with the indoor outdoor furniture, hoping that it would last for us a little longer. But at least we got 12, so we have 16 new chairs total. Yeah, which is about what we currently have in there plus 4. So, yeah.
So we're making good progress. We're pleased to be a part of this wonderful organization, and what we need more volunteers, we need more donations, and we need your ongoing support.
And again, my daughter is a lifeguard, and I just think of the cost of becoming a lifeguard. I remember there was a significant amount, I don't know if that's still the case or not, but courses to take and all, and it takes some time.
Yes.
Sarah, I'm looking at you because I know maybe, how much does it cost nowadays, and what's the class?
It's
class?
$285 to become a lifeguard for the initial certification. And it's 27 hours and 15 minutes minimum of a course. That's a Red Cross requirement. You cannot run a course any less than that. So when I schedule a course, I schedule it for 30 hours just to make sure that if you need to practice extra stuff. So there's one running in the middle of August that we'll have again. But I've spoken with the Friends of Bigley, and if we do have people come in who need that financial assistance, they're willing to help with that. As long as there's an agreement that those people are gonna be hired by us, that we do decide to hire them, and that also that they're willing to work for us. So they don't, have a free course and then not come and work for Bigley, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have that, and there was a couple people that I'm actually have discussed that with actually today about wanting to be a lifeguard, but needing that assistance in paying for that class, yeah.
How can someone be notified that they are possibly might be assistants? And so they don't do it because they know they can't afford it.
Sure.
They don't think that there's an option to
Yeah,
assist them financially.
That's a great question. We are just working on that flyer, and I just am changing the language in the online course offering as well, that if you need that financial assistance, to please get in touch with myself. And then we have an application that they can fill out for that.
Awesome. Thank you.
And the same goes for scholarships for lessons. Sarah's working on applications and figuring out how to do that.
Can that at all be intertwined with the free and reduced lunch
Yes.
program?
Yes, that's where we're tying it to.
without releasing that information. So that would just be Sarah that would get that.
Yeah, right. Show off your new radio. We just bought walkie-talkies for one for each lifeguard and one for Sarah, so they can communicate better. So if there is an emergency in the pool, they'll be able to, call for help much more easily. And Sarah's coming up with the ideas, and we're just
Yes.
funding them as we're able to, so. Any other questions?
Awesome. Thank
I
you
think
for
it's
what you're
great.
doing.
I think stuff you're doing, and I think it's kind of ironic that Sarah's come full circle. She was a lifeguard.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Yeah.
We are absolutely thrilled that
We
you
are.
chose to have a full-time pool manager,
Yes.
and that's Sarah.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to come to
Thank you.
one of our meetings, our next meeting's August 10th at 5:30 in the high school commons, if you just want to come see what we're about. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Heard a lot of positive things about the pool, so it's really been.
It's
Thanks
a
for-
gem.
yeah,
It's a
thanks for
gem in this
Working
community.
together to do that. I think it was a much needed resource.
Thanks.
Great efforts. Appreciate that. All right, action items. We're getting into check summary 2.
I move to approve the check summary 2 in the amount of $855,632.35.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Against?
And I abstain.
And 25-26 budget adjustments.
I'll make a motion to approve the 25-26 budget adjustments as
I don't
recommended.
think we have any.
We didn't have any, so we'll skip that.
All right.
I move to approve the 26-27 preliminary budget as recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes. And information discussion, donations over $100. Thank you again to all the generous donations. The total amount is $14,763.72, which is amazing. Anonymous $2,000 donation that we heard for Bigley Pool Furnishings. Booster Club, $1,770.72 for girls softball jerseys. Booster Club, $30,100 for girls softball pitching machine and catcher's gear. And Booster Club, $995 for boys basketball practice jerseys. And the Daily Brew donated $398 for class of 2027. Lions Club, $200 for honors night. Ron Rozeski, $200 for girls basketball. Viroqua FFA alumni, $6,000. FFA State Convention, Food for America, and Wisconsin FFA Foundation, $100 for the FFA State Convention, Food for America. So again, thank you to all the donators. It makes our community so much better having people that support the school districts like they do. So thank you very much for that. 26-27 safety plan crisis direction update.
So if you click on that, you will see that there are very few changes to the safety plan and crisis intervention update. The major section in there that has been updated is with advice from Lisa Wanless, and it codifies our use of the AED, especially given the circumstances of our incident at the elementary school this spring. Lisa felt like it was important to update the handbook with that information and to be able to direct staff toward that.
Thank you. And then, we'll go right into
I'd be glad to. So our principals finished the year of educator effectiveness evaluations, and all of our staff met progress as expected there. We are transitioning from where we house our EE this year in Frontline, because Frontline we are no longer going to use. We're going to be using Red Rover for our substitute hiring every day. And so we are transitioning away from Frontline. We will be partnering with CISA to use an educator effectiveness tool that is much more user-friendly for not only the teacher, but also for the principals that are doing those evaluations. And so that update will happen. The administrative team will go for training at CISA 4 in early August. So we'll be trained and ready to roll that out to our staff. I shared during the workshop, and I will share again here in our regular board meeting, that the administrative team completed a strategic planning retreat and are reporting back to the board with 2 strategic goals, narrowing our focus and being more deliberate in our practice. Those strategic goals are 100% of students will demonstrate a minimum of 1 year's growth in reading and mathematics annually. And the second one is that 100% of students will achieve an annual attendance rate of 95% or higher. The strategic actions that were embedded in all of the work over the last 2 years are now streamlined in that document as well. And Angie, I will share a copy of that for you to be able to glean anything from it. And then I just kind of wanted to remind the board that the administrative team is standing by and awaiting your direction. You have until the August meeting to make a determination as to whether or not you're going to go to referendum in order to meet all of the timelines for the ballot measures to happen. So that's my update there. We are standing by to answer any questions that you may have about that.
We discussed this all in the workshop for about an hour. And personally, I would just like to thank all of you for attending the conference that you went to, taking the time out of your busy summer schedules to attend and work on the strategic and improving upon that, as well as the goals, because we've all been talking about it for quite a long time, and we're very, very excited about the plan moving forward.
Yeah, anxious to hear those action items to achieve those goals, so that'll be good. VAMS update.
Did you do the future referendum?
Summer school.
Did I miss that? Future referendum update?
Yep, it was just me indicating.
Oh.
Talking about-
Oh,
we
I
have until
missed it
August
when I
to-
was walking,
yeah.
I'm sorry
Yep,
about
that's
that.
okay.
Yeah.
You will have until the August board meeting to make a decision, and the admin team will be standing by to provide that support for you.
I did miss summer school update.
I can give that since Krista's not available. And she would do a much better job, but she does so much, Krista Woodward, to get summer school organized, planned, families registered, and then has a hard time handing it off to me. Understandably. But yeah, it was a really good 4 weeks. They wrapped up with an awesome swim day over at Bigley Pool. You know, there's so much that goes on to it, like, and this is only, my 6th year and only year 2 of having it at the elementary building for different construction projects and flooring. But we bring kids over for swimming lessons, the park and rec, we have shuttle buses going to everything. It seems like all morning long, and then as the weather, are those canceled, are they still going? Oh, and then there's a tornado warning and we're all on our way to the conference in Madison. There's so many things like that you kind of think like, it's summer, we're not doing it. There's a lot going on, and it's a great opportunity for kids and for families. That it's a great service we provide. We know research doesn't show we're going to make tons of academic gains in those 4 weeks. It's a great safe place for kids. We know they're going to be fed, they're going to be engaged with their friends, and some learning happens and some fun activities, a lot of fun activities happen. So yeah, it was a successful summer school. And then I can go right into, if there aren't any questions, I could go right into the back to school updates.
Summer school, I just want to say thanks to everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's logistically, a lot goes on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't go unrecognized.
cool, thank you.
We also have we had great attendance this year, which
Yeah.
was something else that was really wonderful for
Yeah.
our students and families.
And then just when I think it's done, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a 3-day fishing after the main day, and there's a camping, and then there was weather for that too, that kind of short changed that, but it's still a good experience. Back to school, this building, as you saw with walking through, is super clean. The elementary's, now that summer school's done, is working on that. Big project was replacing all of the fluorescent bulbs with LED fixtures, which is just, I mean, the difference is, it's like night and day. It just seems so much more natural. And I'm sure the cost savings is gonna be huge. I think even the maintenance staff was excited to be like, I can't wait to see what this saves, but they worked a lot to get, I don't know how many bulbs they took out and replaced, but it's a huge project that I believe they just finished today.
Yeah, it was done too.
Which is very cool. And then personally, as the rest of the admin team, we looked to wrap up last year and start in on this year. I'm excited to utilize CISA 4 has a program, a drive program they call it for principals. It's kind of like a coaching, mentoring thing. And even though I've been in this for 14-ish years, we can all use a coach. Even the best football players have a personal coach. But it's a great thing, and what I've found is that everything we've worked on as an admin team, all the things I want to accomplish, that Dr. Hill wants the elementary and VAMs to accomplish, I've tied in with the ideas that I'm bouncing off Jed Keys at CISA, and that's been a good process to be like, okay, here's what I want to do. Well, how are you going to do that? So I think it'll align really nicely with our strategic plan and our goals. So yeah, I'm excited about having 100% vision and then having 100% buy-in and ownership from staff as well. So it's exciting. It's kind of like trying to describe it to even my family, like, well, what do you do all summer? It's hard to even explain, like, you do a lot, so.
A lot of planning.
Yeah, but it's exciting.
None of you skin these ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we're also excited with Kate Merritt. She was new to our district this past school year as a reading interventionist, and she took over as the district reading specialist, but we can also fit her in doing that halftime, and then the Act 20 early literacy coach. We got a grant from DPI for 2 years for that, so she'll split her time doing that. So she's excited. She will do a great job, but she's also nervous in that different role of coaching adults. But CISA provides a ton of training for that required training for anybody, because these are all new positions across the state. Some districts got full-time, we got half-time, which we're fortunate to have. I think that'll be a key piece of helping adults like learn better. Like, this is a different way. None of us learned how to teach reading the way that it's come across in the last 5 years. That it'll be a huge help to staff. So, yeah, it's exciting.
And we're the only district in Vernon County that got that grant.
Thanks for working hard on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, appreciate that. All right, Steve.
Right, so, you come up here, I'll come up here as well. No, I don't have as good of a memory as you do. It's an old age, I don't know. So, in my report, you saw, first of all, Hawks Rock to our middle school collab. So we've got a shared responsibility of leadership within the middle school, which I find a great amount of gratitude and appreciation for. So the members of that team, Joe, Emily, Caitlin, Mike, Wyatt, and Haley, they give up some hours, some valuable, precious hours in the summer, where I'm sure they'd rather be doing something else. But we really dig into some of the work, aligning our goals and strategic actions to the goals and strategic actions that you guys heard about at the district level as well, making sure that there's that line of sight from what it is that we're having the conversations here, all the way to the boots on the ground, the conversations, the interactions with the students on a daily basis. So that's really what we're doing. We've got our second session is going to be tomorrow. So what we do is we meet for 4 hours, which includes some team building. Then we do some reflective work, looking back at the things that we did this last year, the progress that we made, the lack of progress maybe that we made, some of the strategies that worked, some of the ones that didn't. And then talking about prospecting, what do we need to do differently or new, or even the same this next year upcoming, to make sure that we are meeting those goals, those aspirational goals that we're wanting to achieve. And then we also do some book studies, some learning of some other professional development pieces. This year we're learning using the book Carrots, Better Than Carrots and Sticks. So really about some restorative practices, talking about how to, it really aligns with that second goal of increasing the attendance rate of all of our students, making sure this is a place that students want to be. And the biggest lever that we have for that is the daily interactions between each other, students to students, students to adults, adults to adults. So that's really a large part of the conversations that we're having. Some of the things, the other pieces, the logistical pieces that we're talking about is a change to the schedule that you saw outlined in the report as well, with the addition of a really kind of a tweaking of some of the use of the minutes of the day, where in the past we had a time called resource, and there's still going to be some uses of like a traditional resource during that time, but we're rebranding it not just in like on the surface with a name, but also with the intentions and purposes of that time as well to flock time. So we've got Hawk time in the day, which is where individuals get their like academic interventions and those kinds of conversation supports and needs met. And then we've got flock time, which is really more about like the social, the life skills, the community pieces that we want to intentionally give some effort to, just like we do academics. We know that those outcomes are just as important, if not more so, to the success of the students after they leave our building and onto the things that they aspire to do as well. So that's going to be some explicit instruction around the employability skills, some explicit instruction around the contextualized behaviors that we want to see within the building. It's going to include some service projects. So right now we're actively engaging with some community organizations and partnerships to try to give some more opportunities for our students to go out in the community, being active contributing members, not just passive takers in of the community, but also seeing themselves even at age 10 as individuals that can contribute to and bring value to our community. And we see that as being an incredibly valuable use of that time that is different than what we've done in the past as well. And then the other conversations that we're having too around the other proposed goal, accepted goal from our strategic plan as well with the academic pieces. We want to be really intentional and clear about what are the highly impactful instructional strategies that really should be present and visible, observable in every single classroom. Some of those things that it doesn't matter if you're teaching Phi Ed or if you're teaching ELA, that's just good instructional practice. And wanting to make sure that we're clear about that, not just in the expectation, but also in the supports. And assessing that and making sure that we're able to get a measure on that, just like we are with some of these other pieces too. So those are the conversations that we're having in creating an adult learning framework, like a continuum of sorts, just like we provide with students. An idea, Dr. Hill talked about it a little bit, the language to give that we can give to students to say, here's where I'm at, here's where I want to be, and here's how I'm going to get there. Giving that same language and equipping our teachers with that same type of opportunity is the conversations that we're having. So yeah, that's going to be the work of the collab, the work that we're doing currently, and more to come with the back to school update in August too, because that work doesn't stop. Any questions for me?
I saw the block time and I was like, what's that? Because I like it. So I'm glad you explained that, because I did notice that on the school agenda or their itinerary, whatever, schedule.
We're excited about it.
I did read, what you sent out, the one-page document you sent out. I still wasn't exactly certain what you were talking about, so your explanation is perfect.
Good, okay, good. And, obviously, part of that conversation, not just with the community partnerships and organizations, right? We want to make sure that what we're preparing our students for meets the vision of people outside of this building too, of what it is that we need to be preparing our students for. So open to conversations from any members of the community with regards to how we can be utilizing those opportunities, those times for our students too. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jason.
I was gonna say, I didn't even turn one in this week because basically we don't work on the handbook. That's fair. It's ready, so I'm working on it right now to get the red ink out and the strike throughs out. Dan went July 1 for those that have kids in activities. July 1 we switched over to Bound, so that went out. So a lot of these documents were going on there, so we've been itching at that to get those on because sports will start early August. So
Yeah,
it's-
earlier.
which creates the timeliness of even getting the things out and everything, so. But yeah, I think also coming back from the conference, just, you know, as we've talked as an admin team and talked in general, just having a shared vision and figuring out how that works in different ways, and even, like we mentioned earlier in the workshop about attendance, and that it could look very different. Other than we want the attendance to be strong at all the buildings, but as far as how the mechanisms to get there can be very different.
The handbooks are amazing. So how we have moved forward from when I started on the board to where we are today, and the language is the same. It's very transparent, the policies are listed, the schedules are perfect, combining the middle school and high school, having the elementary, having the same language, it's wonderful, thank you.
They've
a lot of
worked
work.
very hard, they've worked very hard.
Thank you.
Good reminder, we're starting earlier this year too.
Be there.
We'll be late for the first day. 26, 27 lunch.
You got a 95% attendance for it.
Right.
Starting at the same time, we're getting out a little bit, starting school overall earlier.
That's true. Let's see, lunch, breakfast prices, 26, 27.
There will be no changes.
All right. That's a good report. Thank you for that.
And we're excited and proud of that too.
Mhm.
Right, like that's a lot of work for our food service team, and they've been so incredibly diligent about what they spend and how they spend. I would, if this is an opportune time, Mr. Chair, I would share that they have been putting together 283 meals a week. They
I think
will,
that's increased.
that was what we started with, didn't
Yeah.
it? Because the second week it
Wow.
even went up. But the first week was 283 and 117 families that were able to pick up a week's worth of food. We will stuff again tomorrow for delivery on Wednesday, but that's been really great participation and will help offset through some of the federal money that we can use on summer food. So
No.
And that's on top of
what we
all
serve,
of the students and families that we served in our school building.
correct.
So
Yep.
that's just
Wow.
one piece of it.
It's wonderful. Yeah. No, and thank everyone involved with that. Again, that,
Quite an undertaking.
it's a lot of people, and just the
Yes, it is.
the advertising and the awareness and the communication and everything going into it this year, really seems strong. And that was, I was really happy about that.
And I heard it was seamless, not on the,
Yeah.
on the school's piece perhaps, but on the family's piece.
That's what
Pickup-
matters.
The pickup was easy and simple and
That's what
ready.
matters. And it was seamless.
We get into board report. VAM's update? Pat?
We had we met tonight, from, at 4:00. The Works Wisconsin resource for charter schools, forget all the acronyms. She spent some time, as she did, they did last July, on, open meeting laws. They were very governance council is very conscious of doing things right, which is awesome. Doing things the right way and following a lot of things, the school board that you do, in conjunction with that. That was a big chunk. She probably spoke for a good half hour. That's always a good reminder to make sure we're doing things correctly. And committee reports and kind of similar, like back to schools coming. But yeah, it was, they do a great job with another one. I can look back and like, well, from where we were 5-6 years ago and down now, it's come a long way. They're great support to make sure that the contract's being followed. That the school's successful, which it is. It's awesome.
Well, it's good to hear that some stability and, overreach is limited, so that's awesome.
It's also under the school's umbrella, so conversations that we're having, strategic planning and all of that will be under their umbrella as well. Some people don't understand, they think it's all different, but it isn't. It's it's the same strategies, only maybe implemented in a slightly different way.
Any questions for Pat? Workshop planning update that we just talked about tonight.
Yep. You're going to stay with the system that you have. Yep.
Yep. And then WASB legislative update, really financing is first and foremost hearing. There's not a lot going on right now. But state budget is gonna be the big thing coming out, 28, 29, and see where funding comes in. So keep our fingers crossed and hopefully we'll get it.
There will be a primary election in August. Just as a reminder to folks to vote.
All right. Anything else? Okay, motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.